Happy Sunday. Hope you've had a good week. We just wanted to shoot a quick update video to share what's been going on for the last month or so. So in the last video, I mentioned two events that were coming up at Duke in the month of April. One was it's called One Roof, and the other one was LDOC. So One Roof is a gathering of all the student ministries together to do an extended time of worship, intermingling of worship teams. I didn't actually end up going to that. It was on a Saturday. I got ready to go, and as I was about to head out, it just didn't feel right in my spirit. So I just stayed for a second, and it felt right to stay. So Saturday we try to keep as our Sabbath and to not do any work and just hang out together. So that's what I did. But one of my students who's a part of the leadership, his name's Jeffrey, he's a senior. I asked him how it went, and he said it was awesome and it was cool. And he said, it made me really realize that over the last 4 years I've made good decisions, and I'm happy with all the decisions I've made to worship Jesus with other believers on campus. So that was just really cool to hear a senior looking back going, I've made good choices to be with Jesus and I don't regret any second of it, which is sweet. And then LDOC is Duke's last day of class, is on a Wednesday. I was maybe gonna go. It's supposed to be like a heathen fest. Like, one of the rules is you're not allowed to carry more than 6 beers on your person on campus. But Wednesday is my day with Jesus, so I figured, why go stare at the world when I could stare at Jesus? So I just stayed home. But overall, for the last month and a half, in April and the beginning of May, I've had a hard time meeting with students. I found that when exam time comes, Duke students kind of just drop off the face of the earth and are studying. So I tried to meet up with students during April and the beginning part of May, but rarely was I able to get a time nailed down during the week with students because they were busy, or I would nail one down and they wouldn't show up. So that's good to know for next year. And we kept having having the students into our home, but one would show up and it was pretty much a different one each time, which isn't a problem. We love all of them. It's just hard to build a community and build things going forward. So we'll look into that next year. Be ready for it and try and plan a little differently. So then one thing Sarah's been doing more of in April is
leading worship. So I've been encouraged multiple times to lead worship, so I finally did it. There's a ministry that we are a part of called Burn 24/7. It's just a prayer and worship community here in the area. And so I led worship at their overnight event, one of their Monday night gatherings. And when I come to the prayer room on Tuesdays, I lead there too. So that's been really fun and something I've really been loving.
So we're hoping that she continues to get to do more of that. And Duke ended class a couple weeks ago, so we had our last time with students in the home. And it was a good time of fellowship. And just one cool story, what we did was we just had dinner. We had a pizza party with some ice cream and some cookies. The students loved the cookies.
They do.
They were like, wow, these are amazing cookies, but they're just break and bake.
Toll House, break and bake.
But whatever, it worked. But so we had them share God stories from the year. Like, what did God do in your life? A moment that significantly mattered, things like that. And I hope to have one of my students, Joe, share his testimony from the year. But one cool one was this guy named Lucas. He's a freshman. He said one of the reasons why he came to Duke was he read an article while he was still in high school about a Duke student that helped fix up an instrument that was some type of electrical keyboard type thing. And he was like, wow, not many institutions have that type of technology, and furthermore, they would never let a student touch it. So I want to go to Duke and be one of those students that gets to do something like that. And what's so cool was the student that actually was fixing up the instrument was in one of his classes first semester. His name is Jeffrey, the student I mentioned earlier. So we just had Lucas sharing the story and Jeffrey sitting here, and he's like, wow, Like, God totally orchestrated that. What are the odds that he meets the guy that he read an article about that caused him to go? And furthermore, what are the odds that that guy loves Jesus and is trying to help that kid love Jesus even more? Like, that's
awesome.
pretty wild. And the fact that they're both, I met both of them and they're sitting in my living room is like,
it was awesome.
what is happening, you know? So pretty cool to see God orchestrate and cross paths and all that. So that was wild. And then the last thing over the last month and a half is I've been doing the secrets videos. So pretty much every Monday and Friday I've been uploading a video. You can check those out. They're on my channel if you want, under the playlist Secrets. They're just quick 5 to 10 minute teaching videos on various topics. So I want to encourage you to check those out. I'll be doing them every week, every Monday and every Friday. And then as for what's coming up this next week, Ignite Movement, the ministry I'm a part of here in Raleigh, will be having a training school called Wildfires, where they're getting everyone from the East Coast and all their different communities together to talk about how to do better, really, to give training and equipping to students and leaders on how to build campus movement. So everything from the practicals of building a movement to worship to media to evangelism and all that stuff. So it's a 3-day and one evening and 3 full days school. So I'll be doing that this week. And Sarah,
it's my last day of school this week, so my last day is Friday. I'll also be participating in what I can of the wildfires. But yeah, we have that coming up, and then in June, which is right around the corner, we have been asked by the ministry I mentioned earlier, Burn 24/7, to help staff their summer music school. It's an 8-day training called Hillside Intensive, and really their heart is to build hearts like David. So people that love worship and prayer, just really have a heart to worship the Lord. And so we will be a part of that. It will be practical trainings, how to musically worship together as a team, and also just biblical teaching about worship and all of that good stuff. So we are really excited. I'm really excited for that. I'm going to speak for him too, that he's excited. But we will be doing that for 8 days in June.
Yes, amen. And then the other thing that we hope to be doing over the summer is continuing to build the house of prayer here in the region, whatever that looks like. There's a couple different praying groups, and so we're hoping to increase the amount of hours of prayer, and Sarah's hoping to extend her amount of hours of worship leading.
Yes.
So hopefully that'll happen. So that's what's going on. That's what's coming up, and we'll keep you updated. Prayers, how you can pray, is in the description below. But we love you. We're so thankful to be doing this with you. Thank you for your financial gifts. Thank you for your prayers. We're really in it together, and we're really glad to be in it together.
Yes.
So we bless you. We hope you have a good week, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Bless you.